The Ramnareis family has suffered another loss as Vivian Ramnareis, the wife of John Ramnareis, who was murdered on New Year's Eve in 2022, has died. Reports are that she has gone to the Western Regional Hospital, WRH, feeling ill and died shortly before 8 p.m. on Sunday, January 15. She had initially been hospitalized following the shooting but was later released. It is unknown at this time if her passing is connected to those injuries. Police have since arrested and charged Police Corporal Elmer Na for the murder of the brothers John and David Ramnareis, as well as for shooting Vivian Ramnareis. Na is now expected to be charged for a triple murder.
We know that Mr. Na will be receiving an upgraded charge for murder, and I'm not certain when the charge will be levied, but because he is already on remand for murder, he could be read that charge as early as when he appears in front of the court for his remanded date.
Was she on the hospital's compound already when she collapsed?
Well, the details of the information wasn't sent to me, but they're saying that on her way to the hospital, meaning that whether or not she was on the compound, she succumbed before being attended to by a medical officer.
There were reports that Vivian Ramnareis might have been able to identify Nash. She might have seen him and recognized him and probably knew him from beforehand. With her death, maybe she would have been one of the eyewitness testimonies in court. With her death now, does that dramatically affect the case, or do you know if police was maybe able to get a video statement from her prior to this?
Well, Courtney, that would be like we're trying to do a trial here during an interview. Whatever evidence the police have gathered, I am certain that will come out in the trial. So I would just like to leave the questioning until that day in court for him.
Today, ASP Fitzroy Earwood, Communications Director, Belize Police Department. Earwood also commented on reports that officers close to Na, some of high rank, are visiting the homes of those living in the area where the shooting took place to look at their surveillance videos and to find out what they know about the shooting. A video circulating on social media alludes to the allegations.
I cannot confirm whether or not that is happening, but I am certain that our investigators did their job with due diligence. So when your relative is in trouble, you will do anything to try to disprove the laws or investigators. So if that person is out there tampering with witness, and these witnesses report it to the police, then we know exactly how to deal with those persons. But if you sit in silence and don't report it to the police, then we wouldn't have knowledge of what you're going through. But I want to take this opportunity to invite these persons, whether you're being interviewed or asked for your video footages or so forth, to call us and notify us so that we can put a stop to these persons. We don't want anyone to interfere with the wheels of justice. And we at the department owe the victims of these crimes the responsibility of bringing those responsible to justice for them on their behalf.
And while police prepare to levy another murder charge on Na, Vivian's family is preparing to lay her to rest. Today, her cousin, Pastor Dion Pascasio, told our colleagues at Plus TV how the family is dealing with the situation at the moment.
Vivian and John had traveled many places and have a strong support even internationally, and so we've been receiving a lot of calls, a lot of well wishes, and it has the outpouring of support has been tremendous, and so that has really helped us to cope, and especially the fact that we know our faith, our hope, our trust is in God, and that He is looking out for us, and He is keeping us, and He will strengthen us and bring us through this time.
Even though Vivian received gunshots in the neck area and abdomen, she never gave up, not even when she met face to face with her shooter.
Throughout this entire ordeal, Vivian never lost her faculties. Vivian was very, very on top of things. I mean, even the very night of the incident, when everything she did, while she suffered all the shots and everything, she was doing everything to protect her child. And in addition to that, she said she actually told her mom that she felt like passing out at one moment before help got there. But she thought about her child, and she fought. She fought to the point where she was able to get up. You understand? So she really fought this thing through, and throughout the whole, from then on, where she did not have any kind of mental lapse. She knew everything. She was on top of things, mentally, and so, that there's no question there that she knew everything, and she was conscious about everything, and she remembered everything, and she never lost that part of it. On the emotional side, though, as you would expect, anybody who suffers any kind of trauma like that would have some challenges emotionally, and so emotionally, there was fear. There was some fear there because of all that she had been through. But in spite of the fear was a fear of being harmed or family members being harmed as a result of. But it was not a fear that say would cause her to be thinking outside of normal what is happening. She always remained focused on everything that was going on and was conscious about everything.
According to Pascasio, the family is being kept abreast of the investigation and hope that justice prevails.
We are kind of disappointed from the standpoint to find out that it is a police officer who has been charged for this heinous crime. So from our standpoint, we're okay with the communication and everything thus far. But of course, there are questions in the back of our minds, which is normal, especially when we look at all that's been surfacing, that this particular individual, the alleged perpetrator, has been charged and has been involved in several different incidents and crimes, and have been able to walk away from every single one of them for whatever reasons. And so that gives us some cause for concern. But I also want to say here, while I say that, Pastor Wade, while we have our questions about the system, where the police is concerned, we know that there are some very good and upstanding police officers in the force. So in no way, shape, or form would we throw the entire force under the bus. But we do have our concerns, and we are hoping and praying, that they will be objective and will go about it the right way.
However, the family believes that an independent investigation would bear more fruits.
We, like many families who find themselves in this situation, would want to rally for something like that, because if it's involving those from within the department, then it is something that you'd want some independent international investigator to be investigating, so that we'll be able to get more objectivity, and both sides will be able to feel some comfort in knowing that proper due diligence was done.
Pascasio told the media today that while Vivian was able to give a testimony to the police, she died without discovering a motive for the shooting.